25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Not a bad-looking day. It almost looks like it wants to rain out there, but the weatherman doesn't say it's going to rain. We'll see if the weatherman is proven wrong or not. If you're looking for some work or you're looking to hire somebody, either way, CareerSource Citrus-Levy-Marion is the place to go. We were talking about you guys this morning simply because we want you to know that if you're looking for work or looking for talent, the CareerSource does not charge either one of you. Laura Byrnes has been teaching us this for a long time now. She's the communications manager at CareerSource Citrus-Levy-Marion. She's here today with 3 guests. We're going to learn about some work, it looks like, at the Department of Children and Families. So good morning, Laura. How are you?
Good morning. I'm super well, thank you.
Yeah, and you looking forward to, are you going to the Strawberry Festival on Saturday?
Yes, I'll say I am.
Yes. You forgot about it, didn't you?
No, I didn't forget about it. It's a busy weekend. I've got my sister from Houston, drove 13 hours, and she's here.
Well, take her to get some strawberries.
I'll take her, sure. I will.
How are you doing? You look nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, do you have some shtick? You said you had some shtick?
I do, because, and I just want to get this, I want to hit this information as quickly as possible because we've got some great guests here, and I want to just let them have full reign.
All right.
We have a lot to cover. As usual, we have a number of hiring events, and I just wanted to mention those. Dash Express on March 9th from 9 to 2 is hiring non-emergency medical transport drivers. Manpower, we're helping them out again. They're hiring for warehouse and shinglers. That's construction specialists.
Okay.
On March 8th, the 16th, and the 23rd from 10 to noon. The Ocala Community Care is having a hiring event. They're looking for LPNs, RNs, and licensed mental health counselors. And that's March 17th from 1 to 4. And our friends at On Top of the World have multiple positions. They're having a hiring event on March 22nd from 9 to 1. And some of the positions include construction superintendent, an executive chef, and senior staff accountant. So just all over the place. All of these hiring events will take place at our Ocala Career Center. And as always, go to CareerSourceCLM.com, look at our calendar of event, and you can get all the details. And just briefly, we have some important recruiting opportunities for employers that I really want you to know about. On May 11th, coming up, is what's called a Career Exploration Day. And this is a partnership between CareerSource, CF, CareerSource, the CEP, Mr. Ma, Mid-Florida Regional Manufacturers Association.
Did you say Mr. Mom?
Mr. Ma.
Mr. Ma.
That's what they call him, Mr. Ma. And the Marion County Public School System.
Okay.
And we are having an opportunity for employers to meet with middle school and high school students, their parents, school counselors, teachers, to talk about targeted industries, healthcare, IT, manufacturing, and logistics. So if you are a company in one of those targeted industries, please give us a call at 873-7991 and reserve a spot for the Career Exploration Day on May 11th. There's absolutely no charge to participate. Then on May 18th, we've got a Hire a Grad job fair, and this is where we're partnering with CF, their Excel It program. And this is for students and recent graduates. So employers interested in meeting graduates should call 873-5855. Last but not least, in May as well, we have spring job fairs because it's spring.
Springtime.
May 24th, there's one in Citrus County. The 25th is Levy County. And the 26th is in Marion County. And I'll give you more information on that as it develops. So save the dates on those. These are terrific, efficient opportunities for employers to recruit their next great employee. So
there you go.
And with that, I'm going to let DCF take it away.
All right. Robin gave me your name, so let me introduce and welcome David Ocasio. Nice to meet you, David.
Thank you.
Amanda Bowden, am I saying your name right?
Correct.
Amanda,
Good
thank you for
morning.
coming in. And George Martinez, nice to meet you. I think I met you, George. You look familiar.
You may have.
Maybe I have. And you're all with the Department of Children and Families. So let me start with David. What do you do at the Department of Children and Families?
I'm the Central Region Public Information Officer. The Central Region spans 12 counties.
Oh, wow, 12 counties.
Yes, correct.
Holy mackerel.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to get to all of them?
Well, I don't have to get to them, but...
But your office is here in Ocala?
No, our office is in downtown Orlando.
Oh, in Orlando.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. What's the overall mission statement of the Department of Children and Families?
So just to give you a brief overview, the Department of Children and Families is a state agency that serves the people of Florida in helping to protect vulnerable and at-risk families. And in the central region, which I mentioned is 12 counties, we have nearly 2,000 employees, all of whom do yeoman's work, and I believe deserve a round of applause for their hard work and dedication.
Oh my gosh.
And
you had some of the most heartbreaking things, and the only reason we know this is because in the news, you'll hear about, let's say, a fire, and there's a child, only survivor, and then you take that child into your care until you can find a better place for them. Am I accurate on that? That's one example, right?
That's one example of the work that we do, correct. And like I said, they deserve a big round of applause because essentially they are helping save lives and change families' lives for the better.
Wow.
And here in Circuit 5, which includes Marion County and Ocala, they're all career opportunities. And George and Amanda can expound on what those opportunities are, the hiring process, and what it takes to become an employee and part of the team at DCF.
So referencing Marion as Circuit 5, I'm guessing that means you're in the courtroom with the kids, with the families a lot too. You're involved with the court system a lot?
No, I'm not. We have a separate unit that
but that's
is
still
involved.
part of the agency.
That's part of the agency, yes.
Wow. Yeah, Circuit 5. Not too many people call Marion County Circuit 5, unless you're with the judge.
That's what we call Circuit 5. Other agencies may have a different name for this particular area, but as far as we are concerned, Circuit 5 is 5 counties. That's Marion, Citrus, Lake, Hernando, and Sumter County.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amanda, what do you do? What is your? Let's see. I have your title here. You are the Child Protection Investigative Recruiter. Oh my gosh.
Correct.
Oh my goodness. So you have? And did you do that? Were you before you were a recruiter? Were you an investigator?
Yes, I was an investigator for 3 years.
My goodness. So you have to go into some places that. How do you take it home? You can't take that home. You got to leave it at the desk somehow.
We all have our coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
There's definitely, having to find that work-life balance is very important.
How do you maintain? This is probably aside from the fact that you're looking for workers, but how do you maintain a belief that most of the world is good when you see so many who are not so good in your line of work?
I think you see it a lot in your coworkers. I mean, this is a position
there you
where.
go. So David and George, they make the difference. Yeah.
You're honestly saving children's lives day in and day out. And sometimes there's families that you come in contact with that if you didn't, a child may have died even. And so you see the good in what you're able to accomplish and what your coworkers are able to accomplish.
Does the state define what a child is? Is it under 18? That's what a child is?
For child investigations, yes, it's under the age of 18. We also have adult protective investigations, which covers over the age of 18 what would be considered a vulnerable adult.
Oh, okay. And George, let's see. Your title, Robin wrote, is the Economic Self-Sufficiency Program Manager. You help people find work.
Well, actually, what we do is we help people when they submit an application for public assistance, food assistance, temporary cash, and Medicaid. Our workers basically determine that
all cash is temporary in my world. I'm sorry. I just thought it was tough.
Right.
Not for Laura now. Hers, she holds on to hers for a while.
Yeah, she's all 25 cents.
Her and Donald Trump. So I'm sorry. So you help people who are in financial need.
That is correct.
And are their circumstances often sudden? In other words, maybe they were doing pretty well and all of a sudden the bottom fell out?
Yeah, we saw that a lot. Our caseload increased dramatically about 6-7 years ago during the recession. And it's stabilized right now, but we still receive a lot of applications.
And are you the ones who issue the EBT cards?
That is correct.
Is that what you call it?
So EBT, the electronic benefit transfer cards, basically are used, their food assistance benefits and temporary cash benefits are deposited into an EBT card, which then they can use basically to purchase their needs.
Okay.
And when you say temporary, how temporary is temporary? Do you have a
So
month,
for
year,
the temporary, yes, for TCA, temporary cash assistance, it's time limited. It requires that they comply with CareerSource. They have to basically look for employment.
Oh, really?
And their benefits that they receive, it is time limited. It all depends on the individual, whether they're complying or not complying. We'll basically look at their benefits and determine how much more they can receive.
So let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll find out about the job opportunities that you all are here to represent over at the Department of Children and Families. I'm sure we have people listening who are interested in this one. So we'll take that break right now, and we'll be right back and catch up on the weather and do the other stuff we need to do. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For this Wednesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine with a high of 78 to 82. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, lows ranging from the mid and upper 40s in a few inland locations to 59 along the coast. For Thursday, intervals of clouds and sun, the high 78 to 82. On Friday, mostly sunny with highs in the 70s to around 80. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Most couples get ring tattoos after the wedding ceremony, not for the engagement, which is smart considering 25% of all engaged couples, they never make it to the altar. Taking breaks help boost our mood and makes us more creative and productive. When a woman feels threatened, she tends to touch the front of her neck or play with her necklace because it's an area that's physically vulnerable. For men, their tell is fidgeting with their tie.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today. Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
All right, 14 minutes before 10 o'clock. Let's get to the heart and soul of why Laura comes in from CareerSource, and that's to find out what kind of jobs are available. And in today's case, we're going to learn about jobs at the Department of Children and Families. So is it safe to say, David, these are state jobs?
Yes, correct.
These are all state jobs. Okay.
State jobs.
So you'd be working for the state of Florida.
Correct.
Excellent. I think that the mermaids at Wikiwachi work for the state, don't they?
I think they do.
I think. It became a state park. I thought, now that's got to be an interesting payroll. What is your job? I'm a mermaid.
I don't have that skill set, so I won't be applying for that.
No, I don't either. But wouldn't that be cool? Just maybe they need a merman. They wouldn't want me though. Nobody wanted to look through the glass at me in a tail. All right. So tell me, what kind of jobs Amanda? Do you work in Ocala?
Actually, I also cover
Oh,
the
you're
central region.
in Orlando.
So all over. I really am.
But where's your home off? Where do you normally go to work?
Tavares in Lake County.
In Tavares. Tavares is a beautiful town, by the way. And George, where's your home base?
My home base is Ocala.
You're in Ocala. And where in Ocala?
We're at our new office in Ocala, 1100 Southwest 38th Avenue.
Okay. What's a landmark? Give me a pizza place, something.
I-75, just across this I-75 from Emergency 1.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the old-
Over that area.
The
Okay.
old Ocala waterways,
Oh, okay.
or water meter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So all right. Well, nice. So tell me about some job openings. David, do you have any specifically we can advertise?
Amanda and George can probably elaborate on that.
Those are the
further.
job guys.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
They are the experts in that area.
What kind of jobs are we looking for, Amanda?
Sure. So right now we actually have an ad posted for child protective investigators here in Ocala. They would cover all of Marion County. And then our counterparts in the Northeast region also have an ad for Levy County open right now.
So who's the perfect candidate for that?
For a child protective investigator, our minimum requirements are a bachelor's degree.
Okay,
And
okay.
then we have sort of two categories within that: related degrees, unrelated degrees. Related degrees would be social work, psychology, sociology, counseling, child education, a couple others in there. And with just that degree, you qualify, or you meet those minimum qualifications. Then if you have any other type of degree, you would need some kind of experience working with children in order to meet the minimum qualifications.
I wonder why. I mean, you've done it for 3 years, so you did that for 3 years. I wonder what would be the preconceived notion of what this job entails that turns out to be not true at all. What is that answer?
Yeah,
Are you imagining that they're all poor kids and then maybe not necessarily? And
you come across anything and
Everything?
everything. I think that you could do the job of an investigator for 20 years and still would catch a case that catches you by surprise. So it's really just being up for anything.
are you at
And
risk at all? Are you entering dangerous situations?
we work very closely with law enforcement, so
Okay.
anytime that we, as an investigator might feel unsafe, we're absolutely going to take law enforcement
So
with
do you
us.
have to interview parents and relatives who might not want to talk to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
So it takes a certain charisma as well.
That's
being
got a
able
certain
to,
person, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That must be tough. Okay, so how many positions do you have for that?
It varies at the moment. We usually hire several from any given ad, so it's hard to put a specific number on it. It just depends on when we start the hiring.
Laura, can we ask about wages or no?
Well, because it really depends on experience. I believe the wage information is available on the Employee Florida Marketplace, where people will go to get the full job descriptions and apply. But it varies depending on what your experience is. It's a competitive wage. I've seen it. It's not bad. So
and benefits and all that.
Oh,
stuff?
yeah.
Your teeth, your eyes, your health, everything.
Full state of Florida benefits.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah, a state job usually is a pretty good job, isn't it? Yeah. George, what kind of jobs do you have to let us know about?
So currently we have an ad out there also for an economic self-sufficiency 1 specialist. And what that job entails is basically determining eligibility for the programs that I mentioned before: food assistance, temporary cash assistance, and Medicaid.
Oh, really? So there's a lot of paperwork with that one?
It is. It is. We receive applications via the web, and the main responsibility of that worker would be then to contact the individual, gather the information necessary to determine that eligibility, and then, of course, determine that eligibility.
Oh, okay. And they must be happy when you call them up and say, "Hey, you were approved."
Oh, they certainly are. They certainly are.
Yeah.
I always have a question about the EBT card. I know you can buy food with it, but is there a special program where they get extra money to buy like toilet paper and laundry soap and bath soap and shampoo for personal hygiene?
So, if they are eligible for temporary cash assistance, then yes, they could use that money for that.
Oh, okay.
To be eligible for temporary cash assistance, you do have to have dependent children living with you.
Oh, okay.
So as a single individual in the state of Florida, you're not going to be eligible for temporary cash assistance. So there will not be any assistance for that with the EBT card.
David, of the panel here, you're the one that we most likely would deal with because you're the public information officer. Like, we work with the PIOs for the police, the sheriff, the fire department, all the PIOs.
Troopers.
What? Hooters?
The troopers.
Oh, I thought you said Hooters.
State troopers.
Yeah. They have a PIO too.
I know where you're going for lunch.
No, I'll go to the wing house. It's closer. So do you issue like news releases so that we can, like, for example, a news story may be skewed by the news agency or who knows who else, and do you kind of straighten it out, or do we come to you for the details for a story that might be out there?
Yeah, usually we'll, as a public information officer, the media will come to myself and my colleague, Christy Gray, as far as information on a particular case. And
oh my gosh! And with how many counties again?
12 counties.
12 counties. So you've got to be on top of every story.
Yeah. I mean, well, we have great employees and colleagues that help us get this information.
Because I'm sure radio stations, newspapers in all of those counties must be curious. Like, we're interested in Marion County, Ocala, Denellen. So each county, like us, I mean, guys like us who don't have a clue, we must be calling you and saying, "Can you fill us in on this one?"
Well, yes, and we hopefully hope to minimize that, because the more calls we get, it means that there are children who are at risk and families at risk as well.
Right.
We're hoping not to get as many phone calls or any inquiries from the media or the press.
Are you involved in the Amber Alerts that go out when we get those Amber Alerts with the missing children?
Yes, we are. There was just one recently.
It woke me up.
Taraji was the person's name, the child's name, and we were involved in that as well, and happy to say that the child is back with his mom, or her mom, I should say.
Oh,
that's a great program, isn't it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I look at my phone and I say, okay, I'm looking for this car.
Yeah.
You got a license plate, right?
Yeah.
There's so many stories of success from that program too, right?
Yeah. And you get them right on your cell phones also. So
that's where mine is. My cell phone's right on the table next to my bed.
Exactly.
And it sounds exactly like when there's a tornado coming. It's the same sound. For those
it's kind of like your alarm, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Waking up. There's a tornado coming. Do you do the silver alert too? The old people thing?
The silver alert? No, I'm not familiar with that, so I don't.
Oh, that's different. Okay. Anything on your wish list as far as looking for employees rather?
I think for the child protective side, we're absolutely looking for people who are going to be dedicated to the job. It's a very fast-paced position and often quite stressful.
A lot of driving involved?
You do drive. We reimburse you for mileage, but you have to drive to where the kids are, where the
Yeah,
families are.
that's what I
So
would think.
you do spend some time on the road, and obviously you're out in the field with those families in those homes. So it does take a lot of juggling as well. You have to be pretty organized, I'd say, to keep up with all of it. But if you stick with it and you really dedicate yourself to it, it's a very supportive work environment. We have wonderful supervisors who oversee every investigator to make sure that they have the support that they need.
You said you work with law enforcement. Do some of your investigators have concealed weapons permits?
No, our investigators, they might on their personal time, but they're not allowed to carry
Not
any
on the
weapons.
job.
No.
I would imagine that writing skills are important to, well, obviously with what you do, David, but even with you, because if there's an attorney involved in any of these cases, they're going to want documentation and paperwork, and the three of you must work together on all those things. If George, if you're finding somebody the financial resources, right, and Amanda, you're helping a family that has a need for financial, you're helping them out in different ways. So.
Yeah, the departments do intertwine with each other, and we do work together on providing the best services we can for the families. And just to elaborate, and Amanda can, I should say, elaborate more on that. We just don't throw you into the position. There is training involved.
Oh, I should have asked. I'm sorry I didn't ask that. Yeah.
Amanda, you can just
Right. So once you're hired as an investigator, you'll go through 12 weeks of training, very intensive. You're in the classroom, but you're also in the field with the investigators. And then at the end of that 12 weeks, there is a test. Once you pass that, you get what we call a provisional certification. And then over the course of the next year, you'll work towards your full certification.
And then you're ready to go. And it must be a good feeling. It must be, God, I'm going to make the world a better place. I'm going to take somebody and save them. At least one little person at a time, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Absolutely.
Wow. We had the folks in here from Kimberly's. It's not Cottage anymore, but they're kind of in the same team that you're on, is helping, in their case, little children. Yeah.
Right. We work with them.
Yeah.
Sometimes the child custody cases are very, very sticky, and one parent might abscond with the children instead of trying to work it out. Are you involved in that aspect also, in trying to locate those children?
It would kind of depend on all of the other pieces of information with that. If we have an open investigation, we're going to follow the child. We work across the state. There's departments, we each have an office in every county. So if they go anywhere within the state of Florida, the investigation will follow to make sure that that child's safe.
Do you guys get good vacation time?
We do. We do.
Nice.
It's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
How much? How much vacation time? How does that work out?
I don't know personally. I just know
You haven't taken one yet?
You accumulate time
Right.
as you go on.
Oh, okay.
So, but
You get 4 hours every 2 weeks that you accumulate.
What's the culture like? And this is a term I learned from Laura. What's the culture like where you work? Is it fun? Do you have a lot of birthday cakes? And
we do at our office. We have a lot of birthday cakes. It seems to be a birthday every day, and the culture it's very fun. Everyone's there to do their job, and they want to be there, and they want to help children and families.
Have you ever had a client finally get their act together and thank you, like throw a party for you, or send you a couple of pizzas or something?
Or a thank you card.
I don't think I've ever had a party.
No party.
That'd be interesting. But you do get thank yous here and there. It's certainly not as much as we would like to see, but sometimes yes, you do get thank yous. And
well, you all three are delightful. Thank you so much for coming in today, Laura. You picked some good ones. Thank you.
I tell you what, and we thank you very much for all you do. That it's important
Absolutely.
work, and if you want to join their team, CareerSourceCLM.com is the place to go. And click on today's date on the calendar and learn more.
And if you want to share this interview with anybody, the video of this interview will be up online by 2:00 today, and get the information from there. And bottom line is, though, working for the state is really a great job, isn't it?
It is.
It's got its challenges, and I'm sure you have your moments. But that's true for any job.
Absolutely.
But anyway, thank you, David Ocasio. Thank you for coming in. Amanda Bowden, thank you for coming in. George Martinez, and of course Laura Byrnes. Thank you all for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We will take a break. We'll be right back.